Hello everybody, my name is Effie Nyassi Tallon of GDHI. I'm making this short sensitization video on how to properly wear a mask and reuse it. As we all know, during this pandemic, we are all supposed to wear masks at all times, especially when going outside. And we want to ensure that everybody is wearing the mask properly. There is a lot of misinformation and confusion out there, and we want to make sure we share some important tips on how to wear the mask properly. I'm sure a lot of us already know how to wear the mask properly, but we have a lot of people that are wearing it wrong. And we have all seen people wearing the mask dangling from the ear. We have seen the ones wearing it under the nose is exposed. We have seen the ones that are wearing it up here, almost covering their eye. And when your mask is up there, you constantly pulling it down, and that constant touching is not good. You are not supposed to touch the front of your mask while you're wearing it, because the front of the mask is considered dirty and contaminated. We have seen people wear the mask upside down. We have seen people wear the mask inside out. I mean, we have seen it all. We have seen it all. And when we do that, it is gonna create opportunity for cross-contamination to yourself, others, and surfaces. So that's why I'm doing this short sensitization video. So it will help some people that don't know how to wear it properly. I'm gonna show you some few steps to keep yourself and others safe while wearing a mask. The first thing you have to do is you have to do your hand hygiene. You wash your hands with soap and water, and if you don't have soap and water, use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. And what you need to do, pump one into your hand, and then you rub it palm to palm. Then you rub the back of your hand, do the back, and then you do your finger webs, make sure in between your fingers. Then you get your fingernails, make sure they all have the hand sanitizer. Then you do your thumb. Do the thumb, and then you do your wrist until it is completely dry. Now your hands are clean. Then you take the mask. When you holding the mask, you must identify which side is inside and which side is outside. Now the inside is usually white, and the outside is usually the color part. Sometimes it's blue like this, some are light pink, some are light green. So make sure you know which side is out. And also, if you have a mask that both sides are white, always look at where the ear loops are sewn at. Right here, that is usually the part that will face, that would go towards your face. And another way of knowing if you have a mask that is the same color, white on both sides, check the pleats. We have pleats here, and if the pleats are going down, that's the side that will be outside. If the pleats are going up this way, that's the one that should be inside on your face. And also we need to know which, after we identify which side is in and out, we also need to identify which side is up and which side is down. Now, if you feel up here, you will feel a flexible metal. That flexible metal is on one side, it's not on both sides. Now, that flexible metal, that's the one that should be on top. So now that we identify that, we also need to inspect the mask to make sure there are no holes on the mask. The mask shouldn't have no hole, it shouldn't have no tears, and we should make sure that this mask has not been previously worn or damaged. We want to make sure it's a new mask. Now, after we identify all of that, you get your mask. Now your hands are clean. Hold it by the earlobes. Then you put it on. Make sure it's covering your nose, your mouth, and your chin. Then you can pull it down. And remember, there's a flexible metal strip right here. You hold the strip, pinch it a little bit. When you pinch the metal strip, you pinch it so that it can help shape to the bridge of your nose. Now that's how you wear your mask. And there should not be no gaps between the mask and your face. If you wear it right, there should not be no gaps. And for those of you that wear glasses, your glasses should not be foggy when you're wearing the mask. If you're wearing the mask right, it should not be foggy. If it's foggy, you know that you're wearing the mask wrong. So there should be no gap. Now that's the proper way to wear a mask. And please do not touch the outside of your mask. The outside of the mask is considered dirty and contaminated. And we don't want to create opportunities for cross-contamination to yourself, others, and surfaces. So after wearing the mask, if you're ready to take it out, when you take out the mask, remove the mask from the air lobes again. When you remove the mask, if it's soil, if it's damp, if it's wet, or if it's like very dirty, that you can see that it's very dirty, then you throw it in the trash. Make sure you dispose of it properly. Don't just throw it anywhere. Now, if you want to reuse the mask, make sure it is not visibly soiled, it's not damp, it is not wet. You know, just make sure you inspect it very well. Make sure it's not compromised. It's reusable. So if you want to reuse the mask, after you take it out, before you take it out, you have to do hand hygiene again. Wash your hands or use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. Then you remove the mask, like I say, using the air lobes. Take the mask out. Now at this point, because you want to reuse it again, you're going to have to bend it. You bend the mask. This is how you do. You bend the mask in half so the outside surfaces are touching each other. After you do that, then you put the mask in a clean Ziploc bag, or you can put it in a clean paper bag. Then you seal it and you put it aside. Now, if you're ready to reuse that mask again, you're gonna do the same routine again. Make sure you wash your hands. If you don't have soap and water, you use alcohol-based hand sanitizer. And you clean your hands and you do the whole thing over again using the air lobes. Now remember, the reason they have the colored part and the white part and the part that is supposed to be outside and inside is because this mask are made to be fluid resistant. With the waterproof layers on the outside, is to minimize the amount of fluid that could transfer from the outer layers through to the inner layers. So that's why we want to make sure the outside part is actually outside. That's why we want you to inspect it before you wear it. And I want everybody to remember, masks alone cannot protect you from this COVID-19. We have to combine it with other measures, including maintaining our social distancing. Wearing a mask is not a substitute for social distancing. And let's continue washing our hands frequently, avoid touching our hands, avoid touching our eyes, our nose, and our mouths, and let's also avoid large crowds. Stay safe and help prevent the spread of COVID-19. Thank you guys so much. I'm Effie Nyassi Tallon of GDHI.